Welcome back to my divine panel of Infinite 8. Good to see you. I welcome you in to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good, aka my children's highest good, aka the very highest good. You got the booster seats of my kiddos. That's excellent. That is a most elevated platform of divinity and a success rate that is met. Okay. So on the left side, this is the reading of what are my chakras trying to tell me? What are my chakras telling me, huh? According to my divine panel of Infinite 8. Okay? Left side, I have 4 of Cups in reverse and 7 of Swords. Upright. Okay? I don't know if you could see it. Hold on. Can you see it now? Yeah, so there's some tripping and stumbling. You know what I'm getting? Something crazy, because I'm falling in love. Holy smokes! The heart chakra has been affected. Identified. Yeah, that's Fergie. I think it's clumsy. Yeah, holy smokes. Somebody's tripping. And it's good to be knowing of that, because that means that I have energetics inside me where, like, if I fall in love, I might get a little clumsy. No, I know that. But I might trip a little bit. And it's good to catch yourself, even on the exterior, because you have that seed inside you. So before you engage, you're gonna check yourself before you wreck yourself, especially if you have other ambitions, you know. So that's what it's saying here. But initially, in its subtle sense, a crow just landed right in front of me, a couple parking spaces in front of me, just dead up front. But it has more of like a seagull, like beak, you know. Interesting. Do we have a hybrid here? Do we have a halfie? Well, it's kind of walking towards me. How do you do, sir? Oh my gosh, it's hopping. It's galloping. It's galloping. Oh my goodness, it's coming. What the frick? I am being approached. I've never seen a crow, like, straight up approach me, especially in the parking lot. What are you doing, sir? So as it appears closer, it definitely has a crow's beak. It's pecking at a dry leaf, or is that a paper bag? I don't know. It's pretending, like it's trying to act casual, like, you know, I'm just doing my crow thing here. Don't mind me. But it's getting closer. That's hilarious. Okay. Initially, like in its subtle form, without me even uttering a syllable, it says that, like, I made the right choice with what I'm open to. Like, my receptivity is, there's preventative measures in place where it's like I'm the operator, right? Hello, operator. So there's, I don't know, it's the White Stripes. That's what I heard. And so there are purposeful disconnects. Not just intended, but like with backing behind it, you know, like there's validity behind it. So it's not just done on purpose or done with intent, but there's it's already validated as, like, that's the right choice to go, because people are trying to steal your energy. People are trying to steal this and that, and it's like, I pity a fool, right? I pity a fool that has yet to, like, that's lingering on the start of their journey. You know what I mean? So there's that. So those are the two things. People are trying to steal away, and so you, like, block them off with almost effortless. Like, I'm not going to stand guard. I'm not going to pay somebody to, like, watch over me and, like, you know, I'm like, it doesn't need to go those measures. Sometimes you just, like, say null and void. Like, I saw 4:44 on the clock. So it's when you have certain bonds, energetic bonds, when you meet people, certain groups, and you're kind of inducted, and you know, like, you're an initiate, a guest, or whatever. When you're newly introduced into a group, accepted, even if it's like a potluck, sharing food. You have to think about it on those levels, on those terms. That whether or not people consider themselves as a practitioner, they still are carrying out in the ways of that energetic. So it's important to be mindful of like who you share bread with, who you break bread with as well. And so like there's that. Okay. What else are we saying about that? Okay. So you just like, it's like an annulment with those bonds. Like an annulment I think is like if a marriage, like by law, has taken place in the 3D realm, and it's like it hasn't even like lived out any kind of longevity. It's been like a month, you know, and so it's like null and void. And I think that's what it is also on an energetic level. Like I was at this last establishment, my last occupation, for a good 3 weeks. And mind you, I didn't work full days or every day. So that might have been in a span of 1 month, but it was a total of maybe like 3 weeks or less, give or take. And so like, you know, those bonds are annulled, you know. I realized that I have, oh, there's coming back at me again. He's pretending. It's, oh my gosh. But like, oh, what was I going to say? I have great energetics surrounding me, supporting me in my current decision. And, you know, they were still supportive, but not enablers to my last roll call decision, basically. And because funds are kind of like, it's like, well, what's going on here? Oh, there's a lot of birds on the left flowing to the right. A stream of them. Crows. Hold on, give me a second. And they swooped over to the right. This is hunting season. This is hunting season for the left-hand path and the right-hand path. People, there are energetics that are scurrying around on the left hand, like not knowing what to do, so they're it's like a confusion spell. Oh my gosh, confusion spell that was ricocheted from their practice. It's like a return to sender, like the universe rejected their spell work. So they're, you know, in disarray a little bit. Like, should I go to this side or should I just check it out? Like, what's going on the left-handed path? That's what's happening. I also feel there's investigations. Oh my gosh. People are so smart on the right hand. I mean, not to say that people working the left-handed path are not smart. They're just, they make less wise decisions. I would have to say that. Because I don't think I need to explain myself, okay? And it's not meant as an insult. I gave you the accolades that you are intelligent. You're just not, it's just like steering the wrong way, like not sober. You're inebriated. That's what it is. Like enticed by like the, you know, I've been there. Trust me. So the right side, okay, is definitely adept. Let me tell you, making me sweat. Okay, because it's hot. So yeah, annulment. Okay, so I have great energetics supporting me. And so because money is like, I don't know what's going on here, but I know my manifestation is like freaking awesome. I've already tested it and it came in instantaneous. I'm like, okay, let's try it again. Let's do it again. So, those are the wonderful rewards that I get to embark upon, you know, in its experimental discovery stage. And it's great timing because I've adopted a way of definitely a certain respect for the practices. So anyway, I was teetering on, should I just try another facility? I mean, I did that one day, a couple Wednesdays ago. And even though they were more professional in their in their facilities, like a lot more upgraded than the last. What else? The staff was more upscale attractive. You know, their presentation was better. Their sales, their moves were a lot more refined, and the payout was way better, like almost double better. And I had no idea, because I had no contrast between like the terms of one place to another. And so I was like, oh, I could do this. However, the huge difference was, from the previous establishment, there's just like a lot of like high school drama, like stuff that's manageable, but like, would you like want to opt into like that? That's not a good company culture. Like that's not inviting. That's they're stealing from your energy. It's just like very child's play stuff. Like there was this one girl that came in almost every single day. She still does. And she would come in with drama once she noticed my energy, like in the energy pool, how much more money she made from me just being there and like coinciding with me. Her first thing was like, oh, my I might lose my baby, you know, like she's only 3 years old, you know, and you know, it's like I begged my, you know, ex to get some diapers and blah blah blah. And I was like, I've been going to the pantry for a little bit now, and I know that they if you have like a youngling, they also give you diapers, so the correct sizing, not just some random whatever. And so you know, you don't have to like beg and, you know, like put yourself in those situations where there's a lack of support. There are routes to it. And she's just like, you know, I've been there. Court can be like freaking crazy, but you know what? It'll get better. I promise you, as long as you are going in with the right intention, etc., I promise you it will get better. It's difficult, yes, but you know, you're never, you know, so I just did that whole thing, and it was absolutely like, I actually cared for her, stroked her hair and everything. It was like, hugged her, you know, and it's like, people just try to get into your energy by any means. I mean, that's basically what my ex did when I was first dating him. Like, it was like, oh, my grandpa just passed away like a fucking year ago or 2 years ago or whatever. I don't know. No, it wasn't that, but it's like, you know, and I get seasonal depression, It's like, fuck, I didn't know how green I was. Holy smokes. But, you know, just to get the foot in the door. Do you know how lame that is? Holy smokes. Tina was susceptible to that? Oh my gosh. That wasn't even like bribery. Holy smokes. So, anyway, there's that. Okay? And then the next week, like, she didn't say anything about it. I was like, oh, you know, I don't know what happened to me yesterday. And I said, you know, it happens. I thought she didn't want to talk about it. I was like, it happens to the best of us. But, you know, like, and there was, you know, other girls around. So I just didn't want to open a can of, you know, her stuff. And so I just figured if it was just between us that I could just bring it up, like, are you okay, etc. But she, when it was just us two in a certain location that was private enough, she never said like, oh, you know, thank you for your support. She never said any, like, I don't fish for compliments, but with as much as I invested, you know, that deserved like some kind of like, oh, you know, I was like, that was a little embarrassing, or, you know, I should have, you know, like, thank you. No other girl has, I'm 100% sure that no other girl has supported her like that there. And so, but like, because I didn't want to, like, I felt like she needed to reciprocate to me before I gave to her and asked her, like, oh, is everything okay, etc., etc. And because she didn't do that, like, I knew, like, oh, there's something fishy about that. Red flag. The second time was like the following week. She saw her money decline, and she's like, okay, I gotta attach to this bitch again, Tina. And then she said, oh my God, she was crying, and this was like the voodoo girl, what's her name, Jules, whatever, that was like playing with her hair. It was a setup, seriously, to get energy. And that was already the time that I already had written off Jules, because she's whatever the fuck. Anyway, this is speaking with good intention. This is like fact. You heard the beep. And so she was stroking that other girl's hair, and she's like, I was like, what's wrong? Because this girl's like all bawling in tears. And she said, I think I'm pregnant. And I don't know, whatever the fuck I said. I said, like, from what I remember, I think I said, but it was like authentic. I'm like, do you know who the dad is? I was like, thinking back on it, like, I don't remember if I said, I don't know. It's like, are you like, I don't know. I don't know, but I feel bad. I don't know if I should feel bad, but, she's like, I don't know if I think I'm going to keep it, but like I was drinking yesterday, so I have a doctor's appointment, and I think, like I don't know, like I think we can keep it. And the other girl is stroking her hair, you're going to be a good mother, etc., etc. Next day rolls up, okay, like nothing fucking happened, and she's like, I swear, like like there's always somebody crying over here, and it switches from person to person to person. So I was thinking, it's an energy, like it can hop around. I wasn't quite playing dumb. I was just being like lighthearted about it, because yet another girl was also being surrounded, like, like she was just crying or whatever. And because it was a different person, I gave my love to them, stroking her hair as like, it's just okay, And I was like almost to the point of like reducing myself, like, look at my nails, like they're all toe up. Your nails look just fine. Go out there and make some money. And then it's just like people. Dude, seriously, the energy pull on me was insane. So this is what this card is depicting. Like, annulment, this is not even a secret annulment, not a secret marriage, but it's definitely null and void, okay? So, what are my chakras telling me? On the right side, because I made the right choice, this is a divine investment in myself. Look at that. See, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You know what? I realize myself to be not just a pretty shiny penny, but like a big whopping like gold pentacle. Okay? Like big whopping pentacle. Golden. So I'm going to invest that in anything that depicts a good representation of me and like my potential. Okay? You know how I know that? Because as I was pulling that up, I just realized that the Queen of Pentacles, or is it the Page of Pentacles? Queen of Pentacles popped up. Like, yeah, you see I got this. The ball's in my court. This is my ball, not yours. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day when I was being bullied at this babysitter place, I remember bringing some toys or whatever. We would stack up our backpacks, like coloring books and little things like, and there was this little girl, I don't want to say her name because I want to give her some free reign to live out her life. Maybe some things should change about her, whatever. So I don't want to tamper with like her, her possibilities of growth, because that's my past. Anyway, she used to bully me, and she was younger than me. I've talked about this before. And there was this like little thing of like a little vial, like a beauty thing, that part of a beauty set that I got for maybe my like Christmas from my auntie or something like that, one of my aunties. And I don't really get that kind of stuff except when it's from my aunties, like, when I was a child. And so there was nothing inside of it, but it was like just pretend, right? And so I brought that like as a little plaything. I think it was like a pretend like nail polish thing, and I had it in my backpack. But this girl used to like trespass and get into my backpack, and like sometimes I would try to bypass her by pretending like I would be like asleep, and she would test me like, oh well, let me just see what's in this zipper, let me see what's over here, let me, like, oh my gosh. I know it doesn't sound like much, but it just makes me sad, because I just realized like that's what's been happening like all my life, like on an energetic level. That's what the fuck is happening, you know what I mean? And when I was a child, there was no that was the only place I could go to until I went to my parents decided that we were going to go to my grandma's house. And my grandma went to church like every fucking day. Not like every fucking day, every fucking day. So, comparatively speaking, that was so much better of an upgrade, so much more of an upgrade. Not because, like, my grandma wanted to, like, spoil me and, like, with certain measures of, like, whatever she could. But even without that, it was just, like, playtime almost, like, there, I mean, so, what was I going to say about that? Going to church as a child, every single day is like, what? But I would so much rather do that. I will go to church twice a day to omit whatever, like, so I wouldn't never have to do that again. Go to this place again. So, what did I want to say? Oh my gosh, there's like story upon story upon story. So anyway, I was contemplating on, okay, comparatively speaking, let's just go back to this if you're following. I'm following, I know where I'm going. So, comparative to this facility of like childhood drama versus this upgraded facility where everything was more like polished, prestige, professional, better payout, etc. That place was so much more shady and greedy than anything else, like lies upon lies. I'm like, okay, so what's the commission? Like, okay, so they were doing the breakdown. Let me see if I have it written down here so I could put it on blast, because that's bullshit. Okay, let me see if I can find it. I wrote it down. Oh, here it is. Look at it. Look at this. Okay, so at this new place, the lady told me, okay, so first tier is $25, okay? They get $5 cut, okay? Second tier is $125 for, and they get $25. Third tier is $180, and they get $60. Fourth tier is $300, and by that time, she could not remember in two separate locations where she said she would write it down or let me know after. She couldn't remember what their cut is. And then the final tier, the fifth tier, is $500, and she also couldn't remember. I'm like, that's bullshit. You are just like trying to size me up, seeing how much you could take from me. That's crazy. So when she told me, like, during orientation, after I got admitted, like, approved after audition or, casting or whatever, she ran down the prices, and I was like, okay. So she's told me she could write it down later. When I was in her office, and she sat next to this girl that was supposedly a big shot, okay, and has changed certain positions in the place, she looked incredibly, like, plasticed out, like fake. And I don't have an issue really with plastic surgery, but this was like done to the max, okay? It was reaching, like the pick-me girl that just had sudden wealth of lump sum money in her pocket, that kind of energy. I do it because I can, that kind of energy. And so, anyway, like, I'm not going to talk complete trash over her, because I liked her demeanor. It was very, like, dominatrix, like, very, I liked that. I really liked that about her. However, the certain amount of shadiness is where, like, I'm not, like, good with, because they sat there, and they were, like, conversing, like, eye to eye. And I asked, okay, about the 300 and the 500, and like, they couldn't remember, but they'll find out. Like, how is that possible? That you work X amount of years here, and you two hold prestigious positions, the monies, like, day in, day out, and one of you is the manager here. Like, how the fuck do you not know? on the upper tiers how much you take. You're crazy. Fucking crazy. So, another red flag. And I was like, and then just like the energetic drain and all of that stuff, okay? So, I was thinking about, maybe I should try a different facility. Maybe I should try another one. But then I remember all the energetic support that I'm receiving, like, currently, and, like, that it's almost, like, heartbreaking for them that they can't just, like, stop in the middle and, like, say, let's put a stop to this. This is not okay. You know, they just have to let me live my life. But although they're still provided as a safety net, like, if shit goes down, they'll be there. But even without me or hollering or not, like, it's come to that conclusion. Those measures must be taking place, whether I holler or not. Somebody has to put a stop to something if it goes to those measures. But, like, you know, I'm not used to, like, it's unfamiliar for me to receive that kind of support. Oh, excuse me for a second. Let me finish the rest of my thing here. Even just the desire of you know, so I feel kind of like a dual obligation, because facilitators will not just protect as needed, but they will provide other means, other solutions, other services that will help you keep, like, retain whatever wealth that you have, in order to, because they know that bilaterally through that support, that it amplifies both streams of income, basically. So it's a win-win situation when you're hooked up with the right people, when you link yourself with the right people. So I'm going to give it, I don't know, a week or two, knowing the manifestation hall that I, the power that I am able to project and also receive, like, haul in. I'm going to test that out. I'm going to test it out and not do myself to be linked up with other just in case situations that will also bring in money, but a degraded form of a pentacle. You know? So I know money's going to come in whether or not I choose to go the left-handed path, okay? Or link up with those energetics. I know that if I work the middle or the right, that it will, I want to see what comes of that. So anyway, that's what it's showing me. 4 cards in, and it's like half an hour. Holy smokes. So what are my chakras telling me? According to my divine panel of Infinite 8. What are my chakras telling me? I know, that was such a long story. Oh, my head. Oh, is this the King and the Queen of Cups? Look at that. They got each other's back. Holy smokes. Do you see this? Hold on. Shh. Quiet. And it's extroverted. Do you see that? They got it. They're like in union. You know, it looks like a candelabra. 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 I think that's what it's called. Anyway, candlestick thing, you know, the fancy thing that's kind of like an upside down chandelier, but you know what I'm talking about. This did a spinneroo after I hit it. But anyway, this is extroverted. So this is the yin and yang of the emotional, intuitive, creative bodies, like, pronounced. This is an absolute, like, cheers. This is fulfilling. That's what they're saying. And it comes off as such as well. Okay. I heard 2 heads are better than 1. Which is very obvious, so that's why I didn't say anything. But, so, chakras. The heart chakra. Okay, so, okay. There's also a balance with substitutes on, like, drinking water. That, water is, very much needed at this state. There's a lot that needs to be flushed out. And so there's, this shows a sense of mediation. Like, you get your water through fruits, through vegetables, etc. And so, there's something about that there. I don't know what, they just said that. They're like, you half listened to us, Tina, but you're you're integrating in a different way that is still acceptable. We'll let this one slide. Okay. Chakras. What are my chakras telling me? Oh my gosh, there's so many crows on the left side. They flew away just now, though, as soon as I noticed them. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's pointing to my pomegranates. Okay. 2 of Wands in reverse. 8 of Swords in reverse. The Sky, which is death. And then Knight of Swords in reverse. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, people. That's exactly what the crows were saying. Holy smokes. Let me show you, okay? Collectively looking at that, okay? Things are moving quickly. Death is coming quickly. Yeah, it's liquid swords again. So this is freeing. And this is to be determined, to be announced, and it's shortcut view. So people don't know what's going to happen, but once, like, I've taken notice, like, I have discovered land with a lot of bullshit. Then the sword, like, not just the sword, the sky comes through, reaping, you know? Reaping. Yeah. All the wheat. This has something to do with agriculture too, and maybe there's something about wheat, like bad seeds or something. I usually don't get that here, but I feel like that here. So, I don't know why, but anyway, so, the truth is freeing. But this is also saying that it's scaring some people, so it's like they're fleeing without knowing what that truly brings for them. Like, these are scaredy cats that are used to seeing death as a measure of, like, finality, like absolute close chapter, that's it, you know. There's no ideation of growth that is depicted with death there. And so they leave it like, I have nothing else to discover, I'm gonna flee, I'm gonna run. Band on the run, for sure. Interesting. I don't know what the lyrics are to that song, except... Okay. So, pomegranates, you know, that is, I think, something... It's kind of like, the apple with, what do you call it? Adam and Eve. It's like the forbidden fruit of, you know, Persephone, the underworld, whatever. So, it gets her trapped in there, if I'm remembering this correctly. And so, like, what's her name? Sorry, Hekate, comes through and like, you know, that's not cool. I'll help you through, okay? You didn't really know what the rules are. You're just like, Ten of Wands in reverse and Ace of Swords. Let me help you through this, Tina. See? Yeah. Did you know, before I cover this, Did you know, because I saw a little bit of a roll, that I could not fit into this, like, for the longest time. I could not fit into this for, like, not the longest time, but, like, when I got thick. But now I can, and, like, it's not even, like, So, anyway, I ate, and I still feel good in this, and it's sunny, so I think it's motioning me to take a walk, change some things up. Instead of getting, like, a little fast food breakfast, I'm doing my avocado toast. And pomegranates. Anyway, let me help you out. See, the friends are coming home. It's like, let me lend you a bit of wisdom. And that comes naturally when you're provided relief. Like, oh, I didn't know until you took this burden off of me, even if it's just a weight of concepts and a weight of thinking, the weight of the spirit, of a heavy spirit being latched onto and, like, kind of broken down, compromised. It's, you know, the strength of all your spirit wands, basically. Everybody try to throw their stuff on you. And maybe let's kind of clear that for you. You're like, oh my god, thank you. Like, I can see clearly now because that burden was causing migraines or whatever. So this is not just like this is kind of discreet with the information in sharing wisdom. 100%. So we're not, like, going to talk about the problem itself. We're just talking about solutions. We're talking about solutions that imply that there was a problem in the first place, you know, without saying I told you so. It's like, it's a very developed, advanced way of like, neighborhood love. Definitely. So you understand what's going on around you, but you'll comprehend more with my contributions. So, what are my chakras trying to tell me? That you have neighborhood joint pains. That neighborhood joint pains exist because of a non-compliance of other energetics. Now, this is not to say that outsiders are not welcome, because we know that we're only holding place in our, like, we only hold ownership of our physical representations of self for a temporary period. So it's what were we gonna say about this? Oh, so outsiders, it doesn't mean that outsiders are not welcome. There's no discrimination in that, but the principle of what this neighborhood stands for, what it protects. And so there are joint pains in the neighborhood that are relatable, understandable, okay? There's given leeway here. So as far as the crown chakra here represented, this is when there's I want to say, like, what do you call it, the processing units are a lot more adept in their standards and procedures. So SNOPs. Yeah, they're a lot more well defined, without pushing a lot of paper. You know what I mean? So you don't get ticketed for this and that. There's not a lot to be audited through, because these are things that are, I don't know, like, something about not policing the paperwork, like the pens, you know, that write it. Like, there's no domination of power on like who wrote this in here. There's something about it where it's like, it has transgressed the limitations of time. So it's widely accepted principle, like best practices in play. 100% best practices in play. So the crown chakra tells us this is correct, this is right, this is a thing to do. The third eye has already been covered by the cups energy. That's in flow and in flux. It also talks about, you know, the intuitive body's tied into creative forces. So down here too, like your sacral chakra, whether you're male or female. Something about like integration and expelling, you know, the fluidity of that motion, the creativity of knowing what to produce and what to chuck out, basically. So that's there versus intuitive. So that's yeah, that's 100% like the mental scapes, like the crown chakra tied into the this, and more so the sacral chakra is what, like, those are now in link and in check. You know what to dispel, which includes like logical fears, which includes like, you know, what if I get into this relationship or whatever and it turns out to be a heartbreak or whatever, you know, like getting that intimate. Contemplating whether or not I should expand upon the family, whether that be like, you know, a platonic sense or within the realm of intimacy. It's kind of thinking about there's checks and balances in play here. And even though it's not close in its proximity, it is correct. They're like, you know, I see you out there. I see you. You know, like the howl, you know. What else? I think that's it. Okay. There's other chakras, you know, but I'm gonna finalize this because it's already 42.5 minutes here. Okay. These two, are the Hermit card in reverse and 4 of Swords in reverse. You know what? This is an awakening on a double plane, you know? Internalized and externalized, you know? This happens kind of like innately for the sake of innovation, like it's time. Yeah? The Hermit card, like you reach this pinnacle of like going through not just the thick of it, but also like this is tough, let me tell you. Having to scale a mountain through the thick of it, that's hidden in like, that's hidden while you're going through the thick of it. You don't realize that this is an elevated platform where you're going against gravity with like the oxygen is like thinner, you know, as you scale up. So there's a huge amount of adaptation also where you learn like going through the thick of it, it becomes scenic as you scale up because you're like, oh, another challenge. I might as well enjoy the greenery. And so like this is an elevated platform, like the tower moment, like the best depiction of an understanding of like the Hermit card, an awakening, a true awakening. And this happens like kind of like an outer body experience where it's like you are no longer identifying with the confines of your body, of your like what you look like, what supposed afflictions you might have, like energetic. This is ascension here, 100% assumption of ascension. And this happens like this is healed energy. You've already put your thoughts into it many nights, sleep, etc. You're healed. So this is what it's saying. This is me and my collective. I love it. So the chakras are saying, okay, on the solar plexus chakra, there's an understanding of what your drive is, your identity, etc., and moving beyond that. 100%. So I feel like that's the solar plexus chakra right here. Speaking into like the realm of thought, like the crown chakra, as well as like this enlightened energy. So this is the What is it? It's the one above your crown chakra. I think there's more to it. There's more, like, but there's a Earth Star Chakra, Soul Star Chakra. I think it's the Soul Star Chakra. Yep, Soul Star Chakra in check. So that's wonderful. Like, even despite the clouds, like, it's a demystifying the experience of, you know, the soul beyond the human condition. You see the clouds here? Kind of cloaked. It's here, not here, you know? Where you would think that, because of the height of this mountain, that it would be burdened by clouds, and it's not. So much clarity there. Excellent. I love it. Okay, so I'm supposed to get some pomegranate. You get one takeaway. What's your takeaway? Oh, you have two here. Knight of Pentacles and Seven of Cups in reverse. Look at that. Clarity of choice. The presentation of the right of, like, a choice. Okay, like, you've identified there's many options on how to go about, but you got your head together. Let me see here. 3, 6, 7. You know how wonderful this is? It's like you got your head screwed on straight with all these choices to meander with. You have clearly chosen, like, how to carry yourself through, like, how to give yourself, yeah. Because the Knight of Pentacles is on a journey, right, to deliver something. So you're en route to something more substantial, because, look, you're understanding the discovery process within yourself. You see all these cups that have, like, you know, are meandering, like, in space, like, defying gravity. So you caught yourself, you see, right here. Your head is freaking on the fucking pentacle. You see how crazy that is? And that's like an astronaut. Somebody from NASA is here. Or actually several. I feel like a grouping is here. But, like, you know, you caught yourself. And it's like your higher self caught you. Within this discovery process. Like, there's a lot to like, admire and to be illuminated by, to like, it's distraction. Like, the discovery process, I've told you since a child, when Nintendo came out and, like, video games, I would get caught up in, you know, what else is there to find? Not just the mission itself. Like, I'll get to the freaking mission. It's gonna, but, like, it would stagnate me moving forward, because, like, I would like to collect all the points, because all of these things are possible, and there's, like, all other things to discover, like other like, bonuses, like, people don't know about, that you'd have to flip through a magazine and say, like, oh, you know, kind of like cheat codes and stuff. And it's like, I'm not gonna go through the cheat codes. I'm gonna do it all. No. You must move forward. Okay. Because doing that, like, it establishes a sense of, like, lack mindset, like, I'm missing out, like FOMO, I'm missing out on here. So, you caught yourself on the head. You caught yourself. I got you, higher self says. The higher self is an acrobat, so very much in flex and in flow. You see what they're wearing? It was the first time I noticed that. It's an acrobat. So, like, don't I know, defying the laws of gravity, but also being within it. Like, of this world, but not within it, you know, kind of that energy. So it's another form of, like, I get you. Okay. Very nice. Oh, what's your clarifier, though? What's your clarifier on that? 8 of swords. I mean, 8 of wands in reverse. So your higher self doesn't need to say very many things. I think this is already much internally known. This is a self-guided process where, you know, like, if this and that. So it's not just cause and effect, but been there, done that. So was there, now here kind of energy. So you don't need to talk yourself through it. Like, You know, it's something that like, oh, just recognition, some like facial recognition. Got it. So I think I have 2 people here, so now I'm going to do a second takeaway, okay? Okay, what is this? 3 of Pentacles. Look, you're landing opportunities here. But you're not squandering your opportunities. Look, it's 1 at a time. And this is not your traditional 3 of Pentacles here. Usually they're grouped together, not like the 5 of Cups. And this is the 5, knowing like the backhand knowledge of the 5 of Cups, knowing what you had to say goodbye to and still holding on to reserves. Like, I'm not foregoing anything by saying goodbye to this. In fact, if I didn't say goodbye to this, I would be saying goodbye to everything. So this is a knowledge, like carrying from lesson to lesson, journey to journey, that I need to have my reserves. So I'm not going to squander my pentacles in one basket. This is, even if it's, the pentacle, like an investment towards a representation of self, like more intimately speaking, your own business owner, or even an independent contractor. But more so, this falls along the lines if you're a business owner and you're like, you know what, I know that I'm multifaceted, so I'm going to just like put in a ratio here. The law of thirds here, that's what they're saying. Okay, your clarifier for that, for my collective, you know? 9 of Swords. So there's a huge emphasis on this, like you have to make decisions. You know that this is for the best, and so you have to gain your own compliance, your own buy-in. Like there's a stressor, like this must happen, but you're like, but there's so much I want to do. Okay, in due time, when like it doesn't isolate, like how do I say it? For your own peace of mind, just like one thing at a time here. Okay, one thing at a time. So you slowly build in, you know, like how you build in tip money, you build in vacation time to whatever your realm of expansion is. So it's like, you know what, I know this is going to take a lot of investment, so I want to kind of enjoy the process of what this offers me here. And then, like, I'll do here. You know, it's like a vacation reserve. That's what they're saying. My collective is awesome. Smart. Super wise on that. Okay. So what are my 3 takeaways? I want to know. First one is, so as far as chakras here, there's a level of, like, understanding the mental scapes and keeping your hedonism in check. Like, you're meant to enjoy this world, but you're also meant to, like, really comprehend it, not just understand it, like shake hands, how do you do, nice to meet you, etc. It's not that like shallow representation of interacting with the world. Like you know better. So this is showing me I don't know. I think you got, oh, I got the star card. I am so my soul star chakra is in absolute check. Like it's magnifique. Look at that, holy smokes. So this star chakra is also identifier with the solar plexus region here. Yeah? Is this stirring the pot? The angels are stirring my pot. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, for sure. They're major contributors. Excellent. I love it. Okay, so what's my but it was faced like that way. So, like, this is about, so I'm emitting that. I'm showing that. Okay. So, what's my clarifier takeaway for that? Oh my gosh. No freaking way. Look at this. It is, again, the Destiny card in reverse and the butterfly, the what do you call it? The Fool card. Holy smokes. Look at that. Look at that. For sure. Okay. Let's get, just looking at that card again. Yeah, that's crazy. So, I'm already on my new journey. And this is the fucking Empress. You know? With flippity flappity wings. And that are meant to flex and flutter. I can go twice as high. Oh my gosh, for sure. Take a look. It's in the Akashic Records book. Or my grimoire. Reading rainbow. And you know, after the reading, I was like, oh my god, LeVar Burton, I think he was in Star Trek too. Oh my gosh, for sure. Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna fan out. If I see the person in person, I will make sure to show gratitude, the impact. So sometimes our impact is not so direct. Like my sharing in that exposure also enlightens others, you know, in an indirect path. So it's definitely a ripple effect in that, not just a butterfly effect. But yeah, this is excellent. I don't know what else to say about that. It's like, what? Soul Star Chakra. That's my angels. My angels are working it. They're working me. Okay. To the bone? Bad to the bone. Yeah, they're funny. Okay, my second takeaway is Six of Wands. Victory. Victory. I love it. No shade. Victory. No shade unless you want to see victory. My clarifier for that is, oh, you know what? Like, I've sized things correctly. Like, I know how to create a home. You just see the four of wands right, you know, right there, right before him. So yeah, I know how to, like, I know how to navigate. And master number 66 here. I can go twice as high. Oh my god, look at it. I can go twice as high. Holy smokes. But that's master number 66, master lover, master artisan. I help others with their navigation. Oh, and enjoy their navigation. Because look, let me tell you how incredible this lines up. It's insane. Like Emily Carding, I don't even know. Like, I gotta read her bio or something. But look, you know, like, stakes are high, right? But I can go twice as high with others too, like helping others. But look, it's like, kick up your feet, like, relax a little. You see, like, I help. Yeah, do you hear that? The beep. Navigation. Like, you can, like, your ego is not a bad thing, but know where you are in the middle of it. You can save yourself by saving, like, yourself with wisdom, with the truth in moving forward. So all of them exist. Your ego exists for a certain reason, but, like, keep yourself in check in navigation. So you're knowing, you know, where you are in all of that. So it's providing, like, underground, like, what do you call it? Home. Okay, what does it stand for? This is like the trunk, again, the roots, sizing things up correctly, the Two of Wands there, which also is mimicking, like, reminiscent of the World card in traditional tarot, right? So these are like batons, and yeah, we have some kind of, like, drummers here, or somebody that works with, like, xylophones here. I usually don't get that, but that's, like, some kind of, like, Caribbean type of you know, like, that kind of it's a different, like, untraditional type of well, to us anyway, instrument. But anyways, maybe some musicians are in experimenting with that range also. But anyway, during the creation process, I got sad. That's wonderful. Okay, my second takeaway is, that was my second. What's my third takeaway? Divine panel of Infinite 8. This is, I think, 5 of Cups. Okay, continuous goodbye. This is bon voyage. Yeah. So, like, some of these people that I help with navigation, indirectly, I suppose, like, are not always, like, you know, the friendship, like, buddy level. But, like, you know, it's kind of like water under the bridge, except Tina under the bridge. Like, I have to say goodbye to you just as much as you have to say goodbye to me. And that's, like, that's what's needed, you know? It's bon voyage, like, kind of like a proper exit interview where it's like there's no qualm about it other than, like, oh, this is new for both of us, you know? That means a new journey for both of us, you know? It's kind of like that ricochet of, like, 2 pinballs, like, coinciding with each other all of a sudden. It's like, you know, the ricochet of that. So it encourages movement on both arenas. Okay. So my clarifier for that. Oh, it's a high priestess. Look. You see? It's actually the cover card of, you know. So, there's certain knowledge that I have to keep. There's certain knowings that, like, I have to keep to myself. So, I think this is the waxing moon, but it's also a waning moon in disguise. It's like, you have to be able to enjoy your life, also knowing that you have to, like, eventually, say goodbye. But that gives anyone an advantage, because you know that you have to, not anyone, but the wisest, because knowing that there's going to be end to something, like, people could give a shit about the means to the end, you know what I mean? So, this is, more like, when you know that closure is inevitable, you want the best out of all realms in which you live in. So that means that when you know that you eventually have to say goodbye, you are better prepared for it. You're not just preparing yourself, but those factors, the situation at hand. And I got to understand this a shit ton better when my grandparents passed away. And then more intimately, because it affected my more domestic life, almost on a daily level, if not momentary, like every hour of the day, when my in-laws had passed away, what that meant, what closure really meant. When I went through dissolution, what that meant for me and how that affected all my realms. So, this is conditioning oneself, and knowing that my droplet of blood or whatever will affect, you know, it'll have a ripple effect amongst others, because I am so much more mediated, on my control panel. Yeah, that it's due to affect everyone else, in the best way possible. So, you can't use cookie cutter strategies here. It's learning upon learning upon learning. It's like stacked. When we're talking about like pentacle money, like hedonistic money, we're talking about like bands on bands and bands and bands, you know? That's like, shaking that ass wealth. You know what I mean? It's highly desirable in the spiritual realm. Yeah. That's a huge asset that cannot be faked. You cannot fake that you have it. You cannot fake that you're into it. You're either in or you're not. And that's what this is. The presentation of what it looks like. You can just glaze over it on the 3D view and you'll be like, oh, you know, somebody's getting through it. You know, somebody, you know, only the wisest will see what this really means. So 52 is energetic number here. So it's a Chariot card. And hidden in plain sight, you are going somewhere with this attitude. This is angel number 52. And I feel like it deserves one more clarifying card on this. Just, I don't know why. I just feel like it does. Oh my gosh, 3 of Wands. It is bringing, like, yeah, it is harking something. It's bringing something along. You see? Celestial energy, like this is, these are the elites. This is the echelon energy, like the ultimate, like, really supreme forces that are not what is it? Conflicted, afflicted, confined to this terrain. This is kind of like extraterrestrial energy. These are highly evolved beings that make an appearance every now and then on this realm. So this is kind of like, this is like a Holy Trinity type of energy, a representation of like, this is a supreme energy. This is, they know, they have access to Akashic records of the all, like any variations of it. You know, like how the Bible comes in different versions or whatnot. It's kind of like that. Not just in different languages, but different variations, different interpretations. They know. And so this is kind of like a cheers, but like with wand energy, with spirit energy. So this is like celebratory because it's bringing in something new. It's bringing like this is new, this is supplementary to not all have access to this region. You know, like Harry Potter, like there's a restricted area. There's something about that here. These are protectors of divine wisdom in its progress. So you cannot underestimate this energy, this within like the human condition, all of that, like we can recondition by this experience alone, 100%. Holy smokes, that's a lot. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna pull one for my divine panel. It's for my divine panel of 8. 9 of Cups, happiness. Look, they are happy as can be. Yeah. Yeah, this is absolute, like, it's, it has to be, like, a little brief in its, like, presence. This is alien. This is extraterrestrial energy. You see the face, like, the formation of it, the skull. This is definitely, like, 8 of Cups, kind of, like, this world is a little too noisy for them to, like, actually live in. They live in a more peaceful environment. So, like, the contact is very much fulfilling, the recognition. Not only do you exist, but, like, we honor your inputs. Yeah, that's crazy good. Okay. I'm gonna go clarify for that. Okay. 2 of Swords. Yep, they have to remain, like, kind of, like, there's a certain block to it, like a blind, like, it's, I don't really feel like I need to explain myself on that. I feel like it's not like they have their guard up. I feel like, this is for the sake of preserving, like, there's something about it. It's protective, and it's very much warranted. It's valid. You do not disrespect that boundary, 100%. Okay, so that's my divine panel of 8. Okay, another for the inclusion of my extraterrestrial divine kin, to magnify the to the expanded or extended divine panel of infinite 8. Okay, what do you want to say? 3 of Cups in reverse. Clarified by, oh, this came along with it, the dragon energy, magician. So my extraterrestrial divine kin, they cannot celebrate in advance because things are still in play. Like, they're still, I mean, this is underground celebrated, 100%. Again, very discreet energy. I know why. Should I say it? Two of Cups in reverse. No, keep it to myself. This is highly secured, highly encrypted type of energy. Like, there are no what is it? This is kind of like poker face energy. Like, those that there's only a secured amount of who's included in this celebration. Like, this is very intimate, like under their own roof, under like their own home. Like, it's like top security. Like, you don't even know what this group is called. You don't even know. This is very, very protected energy. Like, fields of protection, acres, galaxies of protection. I've never seen such a thing. It's like, it's layers of magic. Okay. Thank you to my extended panel of Divine Infinite 8. Thanks so very much. I don't know what else to say. I think that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. So appreciated. Blessings be. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gift, strength, blessings, intellectual property from those that call upon, cast, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof, the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for fortification, and me, only me, hassle free, no doubt, and no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout, enlighten love. Close the portals in this reading now.